Yo. All right. Can you guys see me? Hopefully. All right, nice, nice, nice. I gotta make sure I'm in the camera frame again. It's been a hot minute since I've done this. Not even a hot minute, a hot, triple hot minute since I've done this. So nice to know. Yeah. I also just connected. What is it called? Twitter as well. I'm not gonna check Twitter chat to be honest, because I have number one. I have no idea on how to check Twitter chat as well as all that other stuff. So yeah. Okay, cool. How's it going, Flurry? Um. Also, I want to make sure that my audio is not leaking through. I don't want to get like copyright nuked. That wouldn't be fun. Nice. How's it going, Vic? All right, cool. Making sure no audio is leaking. Okay, cool. Now I can listen to music in peace. All right. I'm just gonna clear everything else. Cool. All right. So in terms of skills I've been looking about, I made this one post a couple of days before talking about the fact that we kind of need to move off of the front end design skill. Number one, I think it's very repetitive, and as seen with Composer 2.5, what I noticed that the front end design skill actually harmed generations more than actually making them better, which is something that's starting to make me wonder. Hey, if I compare every other model, how effective is the front end design skill? Is it an issue? Is it a non-issue? Who knows? That's a good myths. But yeah, if you look at the Composer 2.5 UI generations, I mean, these look pretty good. But when you look at this, it's like, okay. I mean, right? And then this is like, okay, the front design skill is kind of nuking this because, like, what's going on here, right? Uh, cool. Cool. I don't need a count. All right, nice. If you compare this with Composer 2.5, just like Raw, how's it going, ambitious cat? How's it going, Rob? Anyways, but like, if you guys didn't see the last bit, whatever, I'm comparing the generations for Composer 2.5 with the front design skill and without. And if you notice, without the front design skill, Composer 2.5 actually produces slightly better stuff. I like this a lot more better than all of the other ones that have been produced with the front design skill. And if you look at this as well, I mean, again, I don't like this layout. Wherever this is in training data that you have like nodes linking here and this whatever, I don't like that at all. But that said, like we need a better skill that doesn't force like these same patterns anymore, right? So I've been exploring a lot of them. The first one I did test and check out would be impeccable. Impeccable is a really good skill for design, but my main issue with it is that it's kind of hard to bench. The reason why it's hard to bench is because it it's very customizable. The first step you do in impeccable is you run impeccable learn, and what the thing does that it runs an AI model throughout the entirety of your project and figures out the design style. It has a giant MD file where like all of that stuff is formulated. If I can just open Z real quick. Da, da, da. If I can just, I'll open Z real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it has like an entire design style and sheet of what your project is. And so when I'm using that to bench stuff in which add a dev, it doesn't make sense when like the skill is really really customizable. So I've been looking at other things. Right now, what I'm probably gonna test out is the taste skill and see how well that goes. I tested UI.sh. It was all right, meh at best, but like basically that was the state of it. How's it going? 5 star in Sio. So yeah. Also I've been working on some stuff on the background. Right now I am working on a Discord bot to essentially build out like a information management system for me because I have Icarus, which is my Valorant project, and I've been losing track of stuff in the Discord because I've been dealing with school and stuff. So I'm gonna build a Discord bot to go ahead and like collect all that info so I can like have it in MCP where like an agent can like query that as well. So that'll be like a good assistant framework for that. And I'm running a skill right now. It's going ahead and a goal right now. And it's been going for like 2 hours. Holy shit. Uh, So yeah, I run it extra high because like if you're doing gold mode, might as well like max everything. How's it going, Natanya? But yeah. Besides that point, we'll start working on the what is it again? The GPT-5 test with the taste skill rather. How's it going, Octane? All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, this would be fun to go about. T3 code. How's it going, Prince? LS. How am I feeling about the recent Google seminar thing? Is it what is it again? What was it called again? Google I/O. What's your thoughts on 5.5 low reasoning and the new 3.5 flash? 5.5 low reasoning is peak. I agree with Ben. I didn't agree with Ben initially, but then I started like slowly like using it, and I was like, yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Anything above medium, even medium, like starts to overthink, and you just get like worse performance overall. What I've found is that if I have my task, my description of my task very, very specific, I use 5.5 on low. But if it's like very, very vague, I'm always like high, extra high. Like for example, I'm like having a like Codex go ahead and build a Discord bot that like allows it to call stuff from an MCP and stuff and like get all my Discord data and stuff. This is on extra high because I just like set a giant like whisper for a prompt and I don't have a exact idea of what shape I want it to be, and I just want to go ahead and go think and do that stuff, right? How did you learn coding? Are you self-taught? I learned coding myself, like a lot of it actually. Even college didn't teach me much. I'm my freshman year of college right now. First year, I didn't learn anything. So yeah, self-taught. I started off with Roblox games, and then I started watching YouTube videos, and then I just started building my own stuff, and then AI came about, and I started like learning way faster, and now I'm here. Do I only make websites? No, I currently have a app called Icarus, which is a Windows application for Valorant esports teams that I have been working on in the background. I have like various different stuff. Like if you look at my like profile anywhere, I just say I make things. It could be anything from like a website to like this, for example, right? So I just like make things in general. Novi Redcat, your 3.5 flash statement. I actually forgot to bench 3.5 flash, which is funny enough because I was seeing all the claims about it on Twitter, but it never crossed my mind like, oh wait, that's a new model. um, what's my thoughts of Flutter? But okay, my thoughts on Flutter are it's a really it's a how do I say this? It's a really good solution, but it's not a solution for everything, right? Flutter excels in the fact that you have this one giant like canvas rendering library that you can essentially use to create apps on any platform. But the issues come when you're trying to like recreate native feeling and native abilities because like your app will never truly feel native. That's why I love Flutter Desktop so much because on desktop there's no expectation on what an app is supposed to be. Everyone is doing their own bullshit. Someone's doing Electron, someone's doing some Tari stuff, someone is like using what is that one like Linux like UI library or whatever, right? So it's the Wild West on desktop, right? And nobody cares what you're doing. That's why I love Flutter for desktop. On mobile it's a bit different because you do have like actual like things that might be binded towards like the framework, for example. So doing accessibility stuff on iOS with Flutter kind of sucks. So you kind of have to like balance. Okay, how unique is my app, and would it be better for me to leverage like the native frameworks? Like for example, this app called Finch. Finch is a Flutter app, and it makes logical sense because it's mainly about like there's a bunch of like visual animations and stuff. It's like a little pet. You're not doing really anything too much that is native to the exact like application is the exact framework you're using, right? And that's why they gain the benefit of that because now they can share animations everywhere instead of having to go through like multiple different channels, right? I'm assuming you're an Amazon intern. Can you describe the process and how you got it? So the way I got my Amazon internship was through the Amazon Future Engineer program. It's a program for the senior year of high school, and you apply, and then they essentially rate you in like, hey, are you locked in? If you're locked in, you get in. I was able to get in like the 2025 set or whatever. So yeah, I'm starting my internship in 10 days. I probably should be preparing for that, like buying new clothes and stuff, but that's besides the point. Who cares? Um, would you be down to try Cloud Agents that I have been working on? It uses your Codex auth and it's not ready yet, but will be pretty soon. Yeah, just hit me up. Send me a Twitter DM and I'll definitely take a look at it. Yeah, Twitter DM should be fine. Yeah. I try to keep up with them at least. Planning on buying a laptop, Lenovo Legion 7 or Asus ROG Zephyrus G16. I'm low-key out of the Windows market, like laptop space, so I don't know which one would be better. Things I would say you should look at is portability, power consumption, um, what else? Display, and like just like processing power. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to play video games on it, or are you just trying to do like general work on it? Right? Is the Amazon Switch Engineer program for high school seniors only? Yes, high school seniors only. Unfortunately, the framework Laptop Pro, isn't there like a framework, a new framework that's coming out? I remember I went to Theo's place and he showed me like the unreleased framework laptop and stuff. Uh, so yeah, that one would be a pretty good one, but it's kind of like I think it's like 1K or 2K, but it's like the MacBook Pro of like laptops for devs. I would say. How's it going, Zero? Um, what coding languages do I recommend learning? I would say anything that gets you to where you need to be. Genuinely, like there is no coding language I would say, oh, you start learning that. Whatever you wish to build, learn the things that takes to build that thing. It could be like you want to like make Roblox games, learn Lua. Who gives a crap, right? If you want to make websites, learn like JavaScript and TypeScript and all that stuff, right? Um, find what you want to do first, and then the things to learn follow with it, right? And that's really important. Now that AI has become prominent and writing code is less important, what skill is the most important? The most important skill I would say is understanding the systems and how these little things connect. Um, I haven't written code for like 2 to 3 months, but in all of my projects, I can tell you exactly where each data path connect to and where it goes through. That said, though, I have had like the benefit of like having a project that started off before AI became prominent and then working with it as it became more prominent. But that should be like the general idea. You should understand how these systems connect and interact together and design with intention. And that's why I really love this skill, although I don't use it too much because it kind of pisses me off when I'm tired. The Grill Me skill by Matt Pocock, is that how you say his name? I'm pretty sure. It's pretty good because what it does is that essentially in the plan mode, the AI essentially asks you questions for every single decision. So you're forced to actively think about every decision that's being made when you're building something, which is really important. Like removing the oh, I'm just gonna press enter and let it go mindset on that. Let me make sure I'm not missing stuff. Hey, I'm going to NYU to study CS. How can I get an internship at a startup this school year? If you want to get an internship at a startup, you will have to. Okay, so the meta is build projects, reach out heavily, code DMs, and posting your stuff on Twitter. Twitter, bro, forget about LinkedIn. Twitter is where it's at. I have been using Twitter for only like 4 months, and it literally changed my life. Like I met Sam Altman, I met Theo, I met a bunch of people who were like actually like really important in space. Versus my 2 years of larping on LinkedIn. No, LinkedIn does not matter. I treat that like a joke, right? So post on Twitter, post the stuff you're doing on Twitter. Just like make some noise in general, and just like send out code DMs and try to like connect with these people on a personal level because personal connections are way more important than you think. Um, how's the Amazon internship? It's starting in 10 days, so I'll give you info when that starts. How do you master that? Um, it just kind of comes with the experience of going with it. I don't think there's a necessary way of mastering that, but yeah. Um, do you come up with the system design and have the AI basically be the laborer to write the code? Essentially, that's how it is. Do Amazon recruiters care about your grades or only your projects? I do know that most recruiters don't really look at grades too much. Projects are much more heavily weighted, but they might have a like, for example, an internship might be gated to a GPA, for example, saying like you must have like a 3.254 GPA in order to like even meet the bar or whatever. But it's never ever, oh, your GPA is too low, we're gonna like nuke you. If you have projects that sufficiently show you know what you're doing and you have the credibility, they don't really give a crap. Um, the thing is, I can't conversate with my agent. It just solves everything I ask. Then you're not solving big enough problems, or you're prompting wrong. Either one of them. Because like if it's really like for example like really small problems, you can just like let it go, right? Do I go to a prestigious university? Absolutely not. My university is like pretty mid tier, almost mid tier, low tier. Let's see. I go to UMBC. Um, have I gone to any career fairs yet? No. The most I've done is hackathons and stuff because I really do like hackathons and like talk to sponsors all the time. Um, and that's pretty much it. That said, though, the only reason why I did it because I already had an internship lined up for this summer, so I didn't really care much about that. I just used that time to do something else instead. So yeah, but I would say if you don't have an internship, just definitely go to career fairs. Like there's a no brainer, right? I'm using Gemini in VS Code, and am I lacking behind? Zero. You're using Gemini in VS Code. You are behind. You're not even behind. You're in the 20. You're when dinosaurs were born. Genuinely, that's where you are right now. So, I would say switch to Codex or Claude, but I don't really mess with Anthropic that much. I would much more recommend if you switch to Codex, like buy a $20 sub for Codex and like go ham on it. Um, with these AI agents, what is the biggest caveat you see coders do? Are they relying it on too much? The biggest caveat is taste and knowing what to build. Like for example, like a random Joe can't get the same amount of Okay, let me see. How do I phrase this? It's like knowing the right thing to build and knowing how to build things that users would actually want to use. A lot of the time I spend like programming in my applications, I already get the feature done in like the first 2 seconds. The last 30 seconds, or not really seconds, but the last like 30 minutes are me spending time like finding out, okay, how would the user use this? If I was the user, is it really comfortable to use it this way? Like, for example, I've been like slaving over like the entire layout of this site. If you like came when it first like originated from when the site was first in its first iteration, it looked like buns, but it still had the same functionality, right? So I had to go ahead, iron it down, chisel it down to something that felt good to use. And if my mom was to walk in and look at this, she would know exactly what to do and what's going on, right? So trying to think about UX a lot more is actually more important now. Codex. Codex is ChatGPT's like AI coding offering. I personally use the Codex app a lot. As you can see, I'm using this right here. If you guys are behind on the agentic coding terms, this might seem like what the fuck is going on? Where's the code? Where's the IDE? What's going on? But in actuality, this is what I use for everything. So right now I'm working on a project in the background, like of a Discord bot to essentially allow my AI agents to read my Discord server and like get information from my users, for example. And I have it running in the Codex app right now. It's in a goal, so it's been working for 2 hours and stuff. And this is essentially how I build all of my features and stuff. What's my Twitter account? My Twitter account is the same as my current account on what is it on? Is this TikTok? On TikTok, yeah. So this is my Twitter account right now. It's so pretty good. It's so cool that you play Valorant. What's my rank out of curiosity? I am currently plat. I need to lock in more. I haven't played in like 2 to 3 months. I'll probably like find some time to like play it because I really do want to hit diamond. Because like every time I played, I've been playing for like 3 4 years. Every time I hit plat 3, I'm like, you know what? I'm done playing this game, and I just stop playing. What's my codex plan? Okay. Technically, I am in a very special case. You guys, okay? Don't get too jealous. So essentially, what happened is I got into the Codex for Open Source program, meaning they gave me $200, the $200 plan, for free for 6 months. Okay, then and that's 20x usage compared to the base plan. Then I got invited to the GPT 5.5 event, and anybody who applied for that event got their rate limits 10x, meaning I have 200x usage right now. I have 200x usage. I don't know what to do with that, genuinely. So I have been running like insane prompts. Like, look, I'm at 98% usage this week. I don't know what to do with this, genuinely. Um, so yeah, shit, slide some tokens, broski. I wish there's a way to do that, but then my memory would get cooked. How important is GitHub? GitHub is absolutely goated. Let me send you some prompts. I wish there was a way for me to like share my usage with other people. That'd be funny. Um, wait, let me see. Thanks for the rose, Dylan. The 6 roses. Damn. What tech stacks did I use for Icarus? I used Flutter for Icarus. And the reason why that is, people will say, "Oh my god, Flutter, that's disgusting," but it actually was really useful for what I was aiming for, which was a whiteboard. Essentially, it was a glorified whiteboard, right? And it was only meant to be like a desktop application on like Mac OS and Windows. So it made my life like easier to do because it's just like I'm doing this rendering stuff, which is like really fun. How do I stay up to date with everything that goes on in AI? I live on Twitter. I watch a bunch of Theo videos, and that's pretty much it. Living on Twitter and watching a bunch of Theo videos is how I stay up to date. Um, duh, 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 duh. DM you a prompt, add to a GitHub repo, set up a route loop, and give agents the ability to push. That would be my problem. Is like prompt injection might be an issue. Uh, I gotta keep us posted on the Amazon stuff. I'm curious how they integrate AI. Definitely will. I'll keep you all posted. I'm gonna post more content. The reason why I haven't posted content over the last like couple of weeks is because I was getting back shots from school, and now that school is over, I'm like free essentially. So I have a video coming out later today talking about like AI stuff and people hating AI. I didn't want to post it before the stream because like it's unrelated. So yeah. Thanks for the follow, Fief. What's my app I want to try? My app is Icarus. It's a open source violent strategy creator. You can go ahead and give it a try. I also have another one called whichai.dev, which is a website that like has a gallery of different AI models and how good they are at design. Um, am I gonna try hardware projects that combine software like robotics? I've been thinking about it, but it's not necessarily like robotics is not my I'm not really too interested in it that much. That said, though, if I do have money and time, it's like a thing I'll eventually no brainer will explore. How about the tools that you use? Is there a need to overcomplicate stuff like plugins to your agents? Yes. Okay, so the tools I use are very very curated. A lot of the people in the outside of Twitter space are really really behind on tools they're supposed to be using. So I'm just gonna give off like a bunch of tips for you guys to like go ahead go feast on that. The first thing is you gotta get a Codex sub. I'm sorry to say, but Claude and Anthropic is scamming you guys to hell. In terms of like how much usage you get, how smart the model is, like all that different stuff, and the way where you can use your different models. Right, that's the first thing. So first thing I would say is like cop a $20 Codex sub. Right. Second thing is to get the Codex app. It's absolutely peak. I've been using it for my like in general. This is the way I code now. I do not open VS Code. I do not open Zed. I do not open Cursor to start my day off. I open Codex to do almost every and anything I need to do. Like anything, not even coding related. For like studying, I'm using Codex. For like doing stuff on my computer, I'm using Codex. If you have a MacBook, there's a thing called Codex Computer Use, where Codex can go ahead and use your computer and interact with apps on your computer in the background. So, for example, I had Codex go ahead and shop for me, and I got a bunch of clothes and got that shop. I had Codex play Minecraft and Subnautica in a video I posted a couple of days ago. So Codex is honestly such a huge mental unlock that if you're not on it, you're throwing essentially. Um, Besides that point, I would say the other tools I use in the background is code review tools like Reptile or CodeRabbit. What else do I use in that regard? I have a Cursor sub as well, like in the side, so I can do some like Claude stuff because I don't want to get a Anthropic sub again. Is Codex quality actually good? Claude has been so reliable. Claude and reliable in the same sentence, twin? I don't think so. I don't think so. So Codex quality is extremely good. It's smarter than Claude when it comes to code in general. You don't have to spend too much tokens to get a task done. Where Codex sucks at, absolutely is abysmal at, I'm so sorry to say, is design. I run a site that benchmarks like which AIs like do design well, and Codex is absolutely sucks ass. There's no fixing Codex when it comes to design, although there's like specific like ways you can go around it to cheat it a little bit, but it's no go. It's too much effort for what you're essentially gonna do. So yeah. duh, 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 duh. I'm interning in Seattle, by the way. Duh, 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 duh. Yeah, so yeah, Anthropic, like the rate limits on like Claude are way too massive on the $20 plan, especially. Are you not worried that this might dull your skills for internship that may not be as pro AI? Um, Usually a lot of companies are just AI pilled in general. For example, Amazon they force people to use Kiro, and we literally own AWS and we have Amazon Bedrock and like OpenAI is hopping on that, so it doesn't really matter that much. I still have the skills of coding in general. I can like write code right now if you ask me to. Would I feel bad because I could probably tell an agent to do this and then we get it done in like 2 seconds? Probably. Would you consider moving to SF to be physically closer? Yeah, I'm moving to SF the moment I'm done with college. That's the plan. It's the plan. Mm-mm. Am I self-taught through YouTube or do you use external websites? I'm mostly self-taught through YouTube and like searching stuff up and like watching videos. Uh, for Claude, it's just the rate limits that were issues because OpenAI models were selling me before. That's because like GPT only got good in like 5.2 era. GPT 5.2 era was really when shit hit the fan. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not worth using um Anthropic models anymore. And now with 5.5, it's like compared to 4.7, it's like a no brainer, genuinely a no brainer. So yeah, how about those plugins like Caveman? Are they only needed? Just look. I'm telling you right now, bare codex is enough. You don't need any plug. The issue with plugin maxing is that they often mess up your base like context of your agent, right? Because what your agent do is like you're reading text, right? And then you're spitting down an output. If you have a bunch of things coming in and polluting the context, it's more likely to get you into the wrong like strain of like tokens and lead you to having worse outputs. That's why whenever I'm like interacting with models, especially GPT 5.5, I often make a new thread for every new feature. Every new feature I'm adding, I'm making a new thread because GPT 5.5 especially is very, very prone to context pollution where like if you said something earlier in the chat, it doesn't know how to elevate like things that were said earlier in the chat versus things that were said later in chat. And it kind of like just like can like messes them up together, right? Duh, 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 duh. Yeah, Codex is peak, bro. When do I start Zon? I start Zon in 10 days, so June 1st. The turning point. No, honestly, that was the turning point, bro. 5.2 was like peak era. Bro, not even user you've got to lock back in on the discourse around this stuff because what is it called? Look at this site Claude.rip. It was made by a good friend of mine, Maria. And it just shows everything that Anthropic. Do you know how horrible you have to treat your customers for somebody to go ahead and make a site showing how much and how many bad decisions you've made over the last months? Genuinely, the last month, this is what everything looked like. Nobody was doing anything, and Anthropic kept hurting themselves for absolutely no reason. And it's like, I don't feel comfortable putting my money and paying $20, $200 a month for someone that's gonna take away my usage limits like tomorrow, or like their app is gonna crash, or my terminal is gonna flicker, or they're not gonna let me use my sub in other places, right? Like people were genuinely getting billed $200+ secretly because of like some like weird third party usage clause, and like Anthropic like never explicitly like told them they were getting billed. They did like make a terms change, but the user it wasn't shown anywhere in the CLI that we're getting billed, right? So all of this stuff is like I wouldn't trust someone who's bad at engineering to that point where this becomes an issue. So yeah, um, d- d- how do I optimize my rate limits to not hit them so quick? Well, I can't really talk because I have 200x limits on Codex, but back when I used to live on like the $20 plan, the way I would go about it, especially now, it's like so meta. Funny enough, I'm running a goal for like almost 3 hours, an extra high. So But besides that point, the way I go about it is that I'm always using GPT 5.5 low. That might sound like weird mentally, but GPT 5.5 is such an inherently smart model that low reasoning is actually really good for getting to follow instructions. If you bump it up to something like medium reasoning, it starts overthinking and second guessing itself, where it starts like gaslighting itself into doing random stuff. And especially when like you take it to extra high and high, that's when it's like, okay, what are we doing here, right? So low reasoning, and you probably don't want to turn on fast mode. I have fast mode on because I have like a bunch of tokens. I don't like really care in general. Um, so yeah, another thing is like always creating new threads for whenever you're done with a specific concept, right? So if you add a feature, new thread. Add something, new thread. Okay, try to keep your context, because look, the way the AI models work, I should probably draw a chart for this to get people to understand that. Are you working for Sam, bro? You're really selling me on Codex. I'm not working for Sam. That said, though, I did get flown out to OpenAI's office, so there is some incentive there. But it's honestly because I know the people who work at OpenAI. I've met them. They're really, really like passionate, smart, and kind people. And I more believe in OpenAI to do and get the job done than Anthropic, genuinely, right? So yeah, that's basically it. The I'm not working for Sam, but I'd want to. Hey, rest and vest, boy. Rest and vest. Oh, OpenAI is funding you like APAC. What's your specific role at Amazon this summer? What are you doing? I am gonna be doing what is it called again? It's gonna be database stuff. It's literally don't even remember. Key management. No, that's my friend. I'm doing key value storage stuff or whatever. So like DB stuff in AWS. Um, how do you feel about the Gemini usage update? I don't use Gemini or any of their models. Like Google's models just suck for agentic coding in general. 3.5 was a pretty like huge jump in general, but if you look at, but the issue is that it's not priced properly, and that kind of makes it suck. Bro, I ain't got a cap doing promo after the meetup. Bro, I've been using Codex before the meetup, bro. Yeah, chill on me. Chill on me. I'm using Codex way before. All right. Okay. Next, let me see this. Um. mm, if you're about to start a project and you don't have any idea how to implement it, do you just let AI do it? Honestly, yeah. I'm literally doing that right now. Like for example, like you guys. Okay, the first mindset shift that you guys have to understand is that code is cheap now, right? Before you used to have to spend like 3 to 5 hours to write code to get something functional out. You can just like talk to your microphone, press enter, and let an agent go and build a first draft. And then you can take that draft and then slowly refine it into something that actually works and is useful for you, right? So understanding that code is cheap and then you can just go ahead off a limb and go build whatever you think about in your mind is really, really important. So getting that idea to project done loop like linked in your head is really, really important. Dara, if you use a MacBook, why don't you use an iPhone as well? Um, I'm considering switching to an iPhone. The reason why is because I like sideloading stuff on my phone. Like I have like YouTube revamps, for example. So I don't pay for YouTube Premium. Um, and I just like Android customizability. But I've been thinking about switching to an iPhone probably like next month, 2 months from now. We'll see because like recording like sucks on Android. You don't plan it out system design though. I mean, plan it out to what level though? Like telling it what DB and what services to use is like within that one prompt, right? I because like once I've already reached a certain point where I can kind of like figure out how stuff is done in general, and the purpose is like the first draft is a first draft. You're probably gonna throw it out, but it's gonna serve as a useful base to get what you want. So the first draft is nowhere near the final one, right? Like DB configurations, data structures, and algorithm implementations, TS don't matter, especially when you're using stuff like convex, for example. That's why I really love convex. Is that the entire like database? Ooh, let me see if I can find a good project. Oh, Icarus uses convex. Not on this version though. So give me a second. Oh my god, we're gonna open code, guys. It's so scary. Icarus. Should I use Icarus? Is that a good example? Oh well. Z. Uh, almost max. Cool. And then, for example, when I want to develop a new feature for my site, um, I plan it out specifically since it has to connect to a ready to develop code base. There should be some consistency. The AMI may miss if you don't specify. And that is true, but with GPT 5.5 is a lot more or less because the way the GPT models like to do writing of code since 5.4 and 5.3 is that they before they even like write the code, they search about a bunch of stuff within the code in general and try to figure out the pattern of what's going on. So more often than not, the context and the pitfalls you have to worry about are stuff like you already know mentally. Like for example, I know like the quirks of the Icarus project. So I know like for example, if I want to tell it to overhaul the shortcut system, for example, I needed to remind that hey, because of the way that Flutter handles keybind shortcuts, you also have to create alternative shortcut list that prevents keybinds from registering as shortcuts because it doesn't know that, right? So like specific edge cases that I have reached by myself and knowing that stuff and like inputting it into the agent, right? So again, okay, back to the topic about like databases and stuff. Like for example, I have Convex. Convex is a database that essentially allows you to define your object schema as code. Everything in the setup of the database is in the code. Like for example, this like if you took this entire Convex file, you can essentially clone your own version of my database, but without my data, of course. And that's really, really cool because you no longer have to work via an MCP or via a dashboard or console because those are limiting in the factor of like you have to navigate through all this jargon to get all this information. Like this is my user auth right now. Like this is like all of those stuff represented in code format, and it becomes like a really huge like mind. You Drizzle as well as another alternative as well. If you don't want to use like Convex entirely, I want to use it with the. Does Drizzle support like Supabase stuff? I haven't looked too much into it. What do I gotta do to get a follow back on GitHub? I follow people on GitHub whenever I just know them IRL. So if you just want to like send your GitHub or whatever, I'll get you a GitHub follow back. What coding languages did you learn, and how long did it take you to learn it? I started learning programming when I was 12. 12 sounds about right. I was learning Roblox, coding in Lua, and it took me like 3 to 4 months because early on I would just like copy like things from videos and I would just like write notes. I did not know what I was doing. I was just copying a lot, and then eventually I started like thinking about it more. I started experimenting and like changing up numbers, and I started actually like understanding what this stuff like does in general, right? And then it kind of just clicked for me, right? And I started like knowing how to program in general. How do you understand every single connections of features if you don't write the code yourself? Um, there's a certain level of abstraction where you can't really understand everything, but if you give the right instructions, you should be able to just overlook it and know how that stuff works. And also, you can just ask the agents genuinely, hey, how did you implement this? Or how did that work? And there's different ways you can go about it. You can do like stuff like, for example, Matt Pocock's grill me skill that I mentioned earlier, where like you essentially just like do a plan mode and the agent asks you for every single like decision architecture decision is making on what you choose for that. So you are forcing understanding through that. So there's multiple different ways to force understanding like through agentic coding, either with the way you prompt or the models you use, for example, with GPT 5.5, or um, like using scales, for example, right? So there's many ways to force yourself to like learn the the architecture yourself, right? I'm so sorry for like Twitter chat, but I do not read Twitter chat, unfortunately. I don't even find I can't even find a way to read that shit. Like, would I just click on my Twitter profile? Mm, 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 mm. Du- 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 Oh, he's working on V2 right now. Uh, I'm gonna love. Is V2 out yet or nah? Interesting. Cool, 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 cool. If you had to build out the API endpoint for user authentication, would you be able to do that without using looking at existing code, or would you be able to? Why would you want to do user auth? I wouldn't want to build a user auth API myself. You should never roll your own auth. Like we're getting to a point where we shouldn't be rolling our own auth because, um, all of those problems have been solved by millions of people. This comes around to another thing I'm talking about. You are increasing the surface area of your attack surface because now with all these AI agents, it's way more easier to pwn people. If you've seen over the last like 3 weeks, everything has been hacked. Canvas, Vercel, GitHub, the Shai Hulud attacks that happen on NPM. And it's because all these AI models are allowing people to research at a crazy speed. Because what happened in cybersecurity is not like every hack is unhackable. No, there's only a small amount of people that can hack that stuff and don't have enough knowledge. But now that they have AI, they have the infinite knowledge of like a lot of stuff. So now a lot more people can do a lot more stuff, and now there's a lot more attention, and everything can get pwned. So the benefit of even rolling your own auth is like none to zero, and you're much more better off using like packages like Better Auth, for example. Even if you don't want to like subscribe to a service, like Better Auth is a good auth library and all of that stuff, rather than like rolling your own auth like raw. Have you had any successful companies reach out through me on Twitter? I mean, yeah, but I absolutely say like, oh, I want to hire you. Well, actually, I did have one startup hit me up, like two couple, but like again, I, I have an Amazon internship, so I don't really like care like that much. So yeah. Let's see this. I'm kind of losing track of chat. I'm in APCS right now on my phone, and my teacher wants me to make a Pac-Man guy in Java. Bro, this is why like school like whenever you're like so like advanced and like coding, it kind of just sucks, bro. Cause it's like, bro, I can I could do this in 0.223 seconds. And this is like interesting. No, GPT 5.6. 5.6, is it dropping today? People are saying it's dropping this week. I highly doubt that. Maybe like next 2 weeks. I don't know about this week. You're an Amazon dev? How's it going? Cabo, my professor. Is there anything I should know before I hop in? Because my internship's in like 10 days. Um, yeah, I talked with you like a year ago about how you feel about Amazon and AI in your career. How am I feeling? I have changed a lot from a year ago. A year ago, I wasn't AI build as much. I would tell you that hey, AI can do this, but it can't like do X Y Z or whatever. But now I'm a lot more AI built. I haven't touched code in like 2 to 3 months. Like when I mean I haven't touched code, I mean I haven't spent like more than 30 minutes coding like manually in general, right? Um, so yeah, it's been like a huge unlock for me where I'm able to do things a lot more faster because I actually already understand these systems. Now that said, in terms of like the future of my job, it's definitely gonna change. How are we gonna get replaced? I highly doubt that, but it's gonna change, and the shape it's taken, we don't know yet. I can't tell you the shape it's gonna take. Over the last few months, we've went from having AI as autocomplete to having AI in your CLI. And now we're moving to like stuff like Codex where we have AI in a full app right now and we're like doing things through chats and like evaluating things on multiple different projects. I don't genuinely know what the current shape or the future shape of what working with AI is gonna look like in the next 3 to 6 months. I can't tell you, honestly. And if anybody's telling you that, they're lying to you. Um, how did you mog Sama at the event? I low key didn't even talk to him that much because like okay, I'm a narrate the event. So when I went to the GPT 5.5 event, I walked in and I was like, whoa, like there's a bunch of people in here, right? And I see Sam Mom and I'm like, he's getting ball hogged, by the way. There's like 6 people around, bro. I'm like, you know what? I feel bad. I don't want to be that one guy. I literally have zero things to talk about, bro. I generally have like no relationship with bro. So I was like, you know what? I'll just like find him when he's like walking around, and I just like took a photo with him. And that's pretty much all my interaction with Sam. I was like, hey, can I take a photo? And they're like, yeah. And that's pretty much it. Like, it's kind of like cool. Um, we made a bet over a cup of coffee, lol. You said it it wouldn't be that big of a change. Damn. Did I really say that? I guess I'm buying you coffee. That just shows you guys like just how like insane. Like you can't predict that shit. Do you think AI is gonna require less SWE? Um, I don't think so. I think SWEs are still gonna be required. Oh, like you mean less like software engineers in general for the world? No, there's just gonna be more demand for software. Everyone is gonna want software now because now it's cheaper to build software and stuff. So I think it's actually gonna be a more demand for devs as like software is becoming more democratized. Um, what's the best way to understand every implementation you do so you don't vibe code? Um, I honestly, again, having the human in the loop type of things, give Matt Pocock's skill a try and see how you like it. Other thing as well is like code review, for example. So whenever like the AI agent writes code, is there any project that I'm currently writing code in that I can show you a diff, for example? Right. So like looking at diffs, for example, right, and like seeing okay, what did the AI change here? What's going on here? Blah blah blah. Right, is what I think would be like the really really important thing here. Also, this is like a 41,000 lines of code. I know, scary, but this is a branch that's been going on for like months, so don't worry about that. um, let's see. The I get at least 2 p.m. a week showing me their Vibe Coded JS dashboard that is hosted on their PC. It's rough. Yeah, it is. It is pretty rough in terms of like understanding what's going on as things like happen, and that's why I like to like go off of the understanding that code is cheap, meaning you don't have to get your implementation right in the first try, but you shouldn't settle at it being like buns now because now you can just refine it without like within like 10 minutes, right? It takes like 10 minutes of talking to get your thing refined. So don't what do you say? Don't settle for less, honestly. And I've been more strict about like the type of code I'm writing, how I'm implementing my features. I'm not taking shortcuts because like code is cheap, right? So building things out the proper way is what I've been thinking about a lot more. Like for example, if there's a like I'm working on Icarus online right now. There was a bug that happened where like users like whenever a user changed the name of a strategy, it wouldn't reflect everywhere, right? And that was because the way the data was getting synced to the DB was not following the correct paradigm for convex. So instead of me just patching that one little fix, I'm like, you know what? Scrap the entire thing and re-architect it in a way where now everything works all at once instead of me having to putting small bandage fixes for every single thing, right? So understanding that you can just just talk and like refactor things is really really important. How long would you think it would take to understand code from AI to fully understand what it does? Not too much. Again, you can use the AI to help you in understanding it, right? You don't have to sit down and massage the code like like a little ball to get stuff done. Where's the Roblox project? I low-key forgot about that project entirely. It's been a wild like couple of months for me. Let me make sure I'm not too back on Twitter. Um, let's see this. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, I still need to install this skill. So how about I send my agent to do that? That would be nice. Um, all right, cool. Can you get that Next.js? Can you no. Can you in the GPT-5 folder create another Next.js project and install this skill in that project? And you can just like instead of creating a new project, just like clone from the template, right? Since we already have like a blank Next.js project instead of having to run the entire command again. So yeah. And then I'm just gonna paste this, and that should be cool. Cool. All right, nice. Um, I feel like just reading code and understanding it isn't gonna translate to you writing yourself. Um, it kind of does. Like reading code is a entirely different skill from writing code, and getting good at reading code makes you better at writing code. A lot more. Reading code and code review is it's a really hard skill. Am I living in an apartment in Seattle? Yes, I am. Which chip did they plant in you at the OpenAI chip party? Potato chips? I don't even eat potato chips, honestly. But it was a fun party. Yeah, I talked to a bunch of people, met a bunch of people on Twitter. That was like absolutely fun. Like wildest time of my life. Like took a couple of Waymos. Just really cool stuff. Um, looking to understand how like taste skill works, just prompt. It's literally like depending on whichever skill, but the way these like UI design skill work is literally just a prompt, and sometimes they give like a harness of like giving you data on what to do and what not to do, because these agents are really stareable. Especially GPT 5.5, you can like stare the behavior pretty well. But some things cannot be saved. 5.5 cannot be saved. I generally think that it cannot be saved. This is a really good dashboard. I like that. Do you use Claude at all? Yes, I use Claude through my uh cursor sub. Whenever I need to do UI stuff, usually, but usually I just use Composer and it's fine. So yeah. Oh, it's Claude being the standard in Amazon is most likely gonna change within the next couple of months. OpenAI just made a deal, to have OpenAI models hosted in Amazon Bedrock, so there's a good chance it's coming to Kiro as well. So that's pretty cool. We have access to Codex. I got it like 2 weeks ago. Yes, thank you. Oh my god, bro, I was so fucking scared. Okay, cool. Because I talked with Theo about this, and he was like, "Yeah, this like, a huge chance that happens." So I was hopeful. So yeah, now that it's confirmed, I will definitely be happy. Hello? Is my stream like cutting out? Like it keeps like playing noises in my ears. Yeah. I just lag that crazy. Yeah, my computer cannot take like streaming at three different places at 3 different times. Honestly, I might kill the Twitter stream. Twitter is not helping my case at all. So, uh, um, I wonder how much discoverability Twitter streams do give. We'll see. Let's see if that makes it better. There's no form field. Oh, different thing. Dun, 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 dun. Cool. All right. This is probably gonna finish in the next like 1 hour, an hour and a half. We'll see about that. Uh, have I played around with local models at all? No, partially because I'm not rich enough for that shit, like genuinely, and also because like local models are novel, but they're not actually too useful for real work compared to like just like doing like your codec sub. It's like a no brainer. That said, though, it is fun to experiment with, and some local models are getting really close. I think can you? I saw somebody like quantize GLM to be able to use on your local machine, but I don't know how effective it is. Oh, I just killed my camera. That's really cool. Um, give me a second. So give me a second. All right, cool. Now we're back, and then I have to fix OBS as well. Dun 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 Sahur. Uh, Kimmy at a 1000 CPS? Really? I have not seen that. If you have a video you can send me, I would love to see that. How many minutes a day should full-time students aim to code? I would say 2 to 3 hours is a good thing. And don't force yourself. You will just like you need to just have something you want to work towards, right? Don't make coding a freaking packet, bro. Coding is not a freaking packet. Building is fun. Um so just like find something you want to work on genuinely. Something like it's the problem in your life. Go ahead and go solve it and work on it. Like um coding doesn't have to be a freaking packet. It isn't a freaking packet. So yeah. How's it going? Yay! I was gone for too long. I was gone for too long. I was locking in at school because I was getting back shots, bro. Or unless you want to be a part-time AI infra ops manager, or rich running local AMO models is a waste. Yep. How fast that Cash App reference? Yeah, that the freaking packet yo is so peak, bro. Is it done? No, it's not. It's going through that. All right. Okay. This is not even one. Oh, ooh, Codex new update for the Codex app. Let's check Twitter. Let's check Twitter. Something happened. Something dropped. Um, I want to make a gym tracker app. When do I start? Uh, oh damn, Theo making a lot. Anyways, besides that point. When do you start? Where do you start? Start with a React Native application. Would React Native be right? Yeah. Look into this. React Native Expo. This is probably where you should hit up first. But the issue is that Luke, you have an iPhone, so a MacBook would probably be along the lines of things you might need to get your app to be on your phone. Unless you want it to be a website, then it'd be peak. Or you can just use Flutter to build your app, whichever you choose. But yeah, essentially. How likely is it that you're able to re-implement the code without looking at existing code? I mean, I probably wouldn't write the exact same thing, but it would take me longer, and it would be possible for me to do it. Yes. Um. Duh, 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 Mog first, code second. No, I've been trying to lock in on my shit for a couple of days. Let's see this. New codex. Yep, there it is. There it is. Okay, new feature on codex. But I have a goal. I can't turn it off. Oh my god. I'm so pissed. I'm so fucking pissed. Is Nick LARPing? And Nick usually LARPs sometimes. Let's see this. There's a new codex feature. I need to look at Andrew. Open AI. Oh yeah. Okay. Rob got me. Nice. I should nuke all my other tabs just to get better performance. Yeah, my CPU is currently like crying buckets. I need to upgrade it soon. Tokens. Also, Rebus is not running KMK 2.6 at a trillion parameters. Holy crap. Holy crap. Insane work. Looks maxing might be a better career at this point. I mean, it is when you combine looks maxing and coding. Because, like, look, looks maxing doesn't really take, like, too much, not effort necessarily, but too much, like, daily effort if you just have a regimen. Like, you spend, like, what, 30 to 40 minutes a day doing whatever you need to do. And then the rest of the day, you just live out your life. You don't spend, like, 24 hours looks maxing, right? I heard Clav was majoring in CS but decided to looks max rather than code max. Wait, was Clav actually majoring in CS? That'd be funny. That's insane work though. I feel like there's something I'm missing though. Is this? I hate this. Let me search for OpenAI developers. That's probably OpenAI. Yep. Cool. I think sort of follow Zovia. Not that. I swear there's a new drop because like they're supposed to drop stuff on Thursdays for Codex. So I swear. Okay, so nothing yet. Nothing yet. We'll see. Um. Okay. Well, back to work then. All right, cool. Um, created the second Next.js project here. GPT to skill project. Cool, cool, cool. I want to cd into here local project. What am I testing again? Use UI. Front end skills test. Yep. And then taste skill and then GPT-5. And then enter. Cool. All right. So the first things first, I'm gonna read the docs for the taste skill and like let's get stuff going. Bro, is your AI local? No, I don't have. I don't look at local AI stuff yet. People are saying local AI models aren't shit. Are the same people that said the same thing about standard of the art models like 1 year ago? Yeah. No, genuinely. The thing about local AI people is that they're really, really insufferable. They're the same thing as Obsidian people. They're the same thing as Tory users. They're the same thing as what else? Sometimes Claude people as well, where they don't understand that their their stack, their program or whatever is not good for every use case, right? They think if you say their thing is bad for a specific use case, is bad in general. Like for example, I'm an Obsidian user. I was OG I used to be a maximalist on Obsidian, right? But if somebody told me that Obsidian is a replacement to Notion, I'll tell them no, that's not it. Like Obsidian and Notion cover two different niches, and you can't just say that one is can replace the other, especially if you're doing like stuff with teams and stuff, right? Same thing with Tori and Electron. Tori is good for like very very small apps. When you're talking to like actual big standard like applications, it's buns. It's buns. That's why OpenCode had to move off Tori. That's why like. Have you ever thought about is there any serious application actually being built on Tori right now? No, genuinely, no. Someone said GLM equals Claude fraud. That's not even true. Like it's bullshit like this that pisses me off, right? Uh, so we installed the taste scale, blah blah blah, compatible agents. So you have a dial from motion intensity. Um, okay, taste skill, anti slot. So did I just run this skill or what? GPT. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, I would love to try this out actually. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so GPT slash GPT. Oh, can I not use skills in here? That's annoying, slightly. Did I finish my exam? Yes, I did. And now I'm just chill. There's one lady I follow because everything she says is above my head, talking about like quant stuff. Nice. The uh, duh, 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 duh. I would say though the issue is that the knowledge transfer between a local AI model and like a server like Codex Frontier model is that it's not really it's the same thing. It's like a model. Like the way you host it sure is different. Um, but not only is not everyone gonna be able to host a model on their computer, you also give up on the concurrency benefits. Like for example, so if I'm running one long running prompt, for example, I have a goal running in Codex right now. That means if I have a local AI model, I can't run another chat on that, or the chat for that one would be heavily the TPS would be heavily reduced, right? So the normal like models of like working where we're like having multiple chats go off at the same time is no longer viable anymore, right? With the local AI model stuff, and it'll eventually just lead to people again renting it out to people with like VPSs again, where like okay maybe we're not hosting frontier models, but someone is hosting a like OSS model somewhere in a server, and you're essentially paying for that service from them, right? It's like how people like It's like kind of like Minecraft servers, where like most people don't host the Minecraft servers on the computer. They like pay $5 a month for someone to host the Minecraft server for them, right? How's the hoax? How's the Roblox game? I haven't touched that game for like 3 months. Genuinely, like I don't remember anything about it. You have three goals running with Claude plus remote control. Yeah, like right now it's like it's just like mentally you're just like multi doing stuff. One of my specs right now I have a 4070 with the 5800X. GPT water bottle flex. Ooh, my bad, bro. Oh shit, is this the one in 100 GPT 5.5 water bottle gotten at the GPT 5.5 event in San Francisco, only given to the top 1%? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm gonna drink some water real quick. I could take the tokens from that. I could take the tokens from that. Um, but yeah. Anyways, ooh shit. What do you mean ooh shit? But that video, by the way, that ooh shit video, bro. I'm never getting over that, bro. There's no way he said that to like that event. 12 gigabytes. I have the 16. I have the 12 gigabytes of VRAM one. Ever thinking about going back to it or building another game? I've been thinking about building another game, definitely. But I'll need to have time, like, in order to explore it, instead of me exploring all the other stuff. Um, I want to test out the skill. So let's do this. Cool. Using the GPT taste skill. Can I use skills like this? Yeah, sure. Um, and then let me get my which AI.dev stuff on here. You still have that 5.5 quota bonus? Yes, I have 200x usage right now. So I'm just like running prompts for days. I need to set up a goal on this computer as well. Is it skill? Is that it really? Oh, it is. Oh shit. Well, it's taking forever to do the thing. Some requests are taking longer. Yeah, my computer is coming to a halt. That's kind of annoying. I need to buy a new CPU. GPT. Would it be this? GPT taste skill. Huh. Is the dun, dun, dun. That's a good check. If you have a 16 GB one, you would need to spin up Gemma 426B, get familiar with system prompts and tuning. I have a 4070 Ti and you easily get 70 TPS. Nice. What's this new project they're working on? I am working on my current like side project ish called which AI made this is like an AI benchmarking UI benchmarking website. Essentially, I take one singular prompt and I test how every single AI model like creates the UI to see which one is like has more taste and is better at creating like good front end designs. Right now, the go is Opus as well, like because Opus just like is the go at this shit in general. Close second is probably Composer 2.5. I haven't tested GPT 3.5 Flash yet. It's on the list of things I need to test. Probably today, later today. We'll see that I'm getting done. I'm trying to do all my organizational stuff. Getting it centrals into an app so I can interact with it. Nice. Lobotomizing GPT is essentially what we're doing. Yes, it's installed. It's called GPT Taste. Okay, cool. I wonder why like that wasn't hitting then. That's weird. Um, yeah, my study agent playbook is showing up, but GPT Taste isn't. I guess don't worry. I'll just use the same thing. Um duh, 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 duh. Cool, cool, cool. Um, some requests are taking longer than 15 seconds. I guess it's just like reality. Cool. Yeah, multi-streaming is taking a toll on not only my network, but my PC as well. Because my dorm used to have a gig down, bro. Now I'm home. The- 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 And it's not worth like redoing the entire house's like Wi-Fi stuff if I'm only gonna be here for like 10 days before I go to my to Seattle. So maybe when I come back, I'll probably do that. Um. So yeah, while this is going, we can look at something else. I wonder how well the goal is going. Is it done? No. It's doing a bunch of tests. Mm, is it almost done? Okay, I'm assuming so. Oh yeah, it looks like it's almost done. Yeah. Um, the environment file is missing because it doesn't have that detail, right? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Wait, so it's been doing that for the longest time? Holy shit! Wait. Stop. Yeah, stop, bro. Yeah, stop, bro. It's cool. I'll come in and add the environment key. You can stop running massive tests. Yeah, this just like genuinely, it keeps looping in on itself. That's my problem with goal mode, bro. All right, cool. Um. Oh, wait, let's see how this is going. It's almost done. Nice. I wonder if it's gonna be decent. Oh, you can pause the goal. Once you edit, the next path should be live path, and then so I have to set up Discord stuff then. Okay, that makes sense. Um, I already have a Discord bot I could use, so let me get the environment variables for that. Give me a second. Discord dev portal. Does Discord support passkeys? They definitely should start supporting passkeys. Dun. I just log on the QR code on my phone. Let me make sure I'm reading TikTok chat as well. Don't want to forget about that. Nice. Cool. Is this generation done? Because it would be great if this skill could actually mess up like codecs. I've never seen a skill fix codecs. It's like impossible to fix that guy. Um, scan QR code. Cool. I need my 2FA stuff as well. Alright, cool. Now I'm in. What am I doing right now? I'm testing a UI design skill that essentially tries to make GPT 5.5 good at UI. And the reason why that matters is because um I run a site called Dev, which is a benchmarking site that benches different AIs and how to perform with different front end design skills. And right now the GOAT is Opus 4.7. Claude is pretty good at front end design. There's no beating it. And I'm wondering, after I benched Composer 2.5 yesterday, I saw that I didn't like the the generations from the front end design skill. And I felt like maybe the front end design skill is actually limiting these uh, models and like what they're able to generate, right? And I'm trying to essentially make that better and do that testing because there's not a lot of testing on that. It's just like everybody saying I made this with mine, I made that with mine, and it's like, okay, so who am I supposed to believe on where these like skills really stand in comparison? Did you understand the top to bottom code you're writing or just vibe coding? On this site, I understand mostly how like the architecture works for it, but I haven't written code on this at all entirely. Let's look at. Let me go back to my Discord dev portal because I need to get the API key for this. And we are not leaking API keys on live, by the way. Sure. Uh, yep. This is what I want. Sure, reset the client secret. Let's do my auth again. You're joking. Alright, cool. Give me a second. I'm doing some 2FA stuff to get a auth key. Cool. I have my secret now. It shouldn't be too hard. Now all I have to do is not leak my secret key. Oh, is it more meta to spam buzzwords on X or on LinkedIn? X, bro. Right now, stroke. I'm telling you, LinkedIn is bonds. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can give you as a 100x LinkedIn aura farmer myself. 100x LinkedIn aura farmer. LinkedIn is so buns. I've been using LinkedIn for the last 3 years, aura farming on LinkedIn, right? It's got me nothing. I used Twitter for 3 months. All of a sudden, my life has changed. There's no like competing with like Twitter, genuinely. Have I tried Quen 3.7 Max? No, 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 no. The, the, the. Thanks for follow, Bodhi. Oh, I got a LinkedIn DM. I can't pull this up publicly, can I? It's an ad. When you get a LinkedIn DM, but you think it's somebody actually trying to ask you a question, but it's just a freaking ad on LinkedIn. So annoying. Cool though. I think I follow you on X. Do you? Wait, let me see. This is my Twitter, by the way. Let me see if I can get this going. This is my Twitter right here. So if you follow me on X, well, I guess it's the first person that doesn't know me from TikTok. All right, cool. What do I want to? Oh yeah, I'm trying to fix my Discord stuff. Didn't know you had a TikTok, low. Damn. Okay. See, I'm not that TikTok guy anymore. Now I'm the Twitter guy. Tisk tisk tisk, tisk tisk tisk. Nah, I post on TikTok quite a bit. I am gonna start posting a lot more. This summer I have videos like done for today. So I posted. How's it going? Qual stack. Are you your internship yet or nah? Cause I think I saw like you post about that. Yes, no, maybe so. Nah, not yet. When are you going? June 8th. Oh, okay. Wait, what am I looking for here? Should I still be using GitHub? Yes, you should. I mean, there's no alternative. The other alternatives right now are kind of buns. You have like Codeberg, which is like okay, but in terms of like, there's still a lot of value in GitHub. So just like we just stay on GitHub until everything blows up, essentially. Oh yeah, GitHub did get hacked. Um, I haven't. I'm not up to speed with that, but we should be fine theoretically. I haven't seen anybody say any like first actions. I think it's more of an internal hack on them and not anything like crazy. But have you tried the taste skill with those models? I'm currently testing the taste skill with GPT. So we'll see once this goes. I don't know why, but requests are taking like super slow on my computer right now. Probably because I have this goal going for like 20 million hours. Um, but let me fix this by getting it what it needs. But in terms of like the skills I've tried impeccable. I've tried uncodexify. I've tried UI to sh and all that stuff. Okay, let me get my Discord. I have my client secret key with me, so I'm guessing they want me to just fill in the environment file. Where is the button to open this in Z? Who gives a crap? Z. Um, it was internal repositories. No, it's getting sold for 50K. I assume it'd be more if it was just user data. Okay, that makes sense. Damn. So like essentially, they just like how what kind of internal repositories? Because considering it's 50K, it can't be anything like that crucial, right? How's it going, Quan? Test out some KFC, some Popeyes. I low key haven't had KFC for like 4 or 5 years, and I've never had Popeyes. Actually, I lied. I had Popeyes at Theo's place, so that's a lie. That's my first lie ever. Cool. This is a skill. Where's the environment file? Cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna leak my environment files in public. No, I'm not. Duplicate. Cool. All right. Now, make sure you guys can't see this. Cool. All right. Uh, when you said where's my environment file, I was convinced you were about to leak my keys. No, no, I'm not gonna leak them. I've leaked my keys before. I think twice on stream. Never again. Never again. Hopefully. I think the best thing to do when you like leak your keys is to pretend that can never happen. So people don't like people forget about it because people are not paying that much attention. There's no API keys in that one. That was an example environment file. Um okay, let me get the bot ID as well. Dun, 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 dun. Uh Discord guild ID. That's probably really important as well. Icarus. So copy server ID. Thank you. And then data false. Include private threads false. Include bots false. Um. Um. Yeah, my user ID would probably be really important as well. So then copy my user ID. Um. That should be fine. I don't. I'm scared to codex on stream. I don't even show my browser. Damn. Yeah. I mean, like, I would be scared of leaking stuff too. Right now, I'm like, it's a throwaway project I just did, and it's just a Discord bot. So it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully. How do I Um. Delete entry. Cool. I've deleted the entry from my environment file, and I should be fine. Cool. Okay, so we didn't leak our environment files today. You have a bookmark with 160 plus websites for chassis and components, integration and UX and never used skills. Can you send that to me? I also want to experiment with how UI libraries help in that process as well. Um, I need to invite this bot to my Discord. That's really annoying. Um, I'm just gonna give it everything, bro. You got it. I only want read stuff. I guess cool. Read. Not video. Read messages. Read activities. Read DM channels. Read relationships. Read. Just no. What is it called, bro? Funny. My CTO was doing interviews with some potential interns. Comes back after the interviews and says none of them even know what G Stack. Never knew G Stack. I'm not hiring anyone who doesn't even know G Stack. Damn. So he only wants people who are like hyper into the fucking like Twitter's headspace and Gary Tan's bullshit with G Stack. I finally made it to the Dara Sahur stream. How's it going, Leo? How was school? What do you do to understand coding? I just kind of live. Oh, okay. What do I do to understand? I don't know. I just read the code and understand it. It's weird. It's like an experience. You kind of like have to like reiterate multiple times until you just kind of like just get it, right? You skipped school. Why are you skipping school, bro? As the says the person who skips a bunch of his classes, by the way. I'm not trying to sit through my last class. Tisk tisk tisk, bro. Tisk tisk tisk. What am I looking for? Guild channels read. Guild sure. I just want anything that's read related. It just like um read. Where's read? Read. I don't know. Mm, why don't I just ask GPT what it wants? That would be cool. Um, what permissions should this bot have? Instead of me guessing, I saw Primagem before have something with NeoVim not to link environment variables. It might be a VS Code extension for it. I need to do that for like Zed because I use Zed for my editor a lot. Because my computer's already getting cooked. Uh, yeah, I kind of pushed him into the AI psychosis, although maybe not the G Stack part. He's been on that ever since talking to Gary last Saturday. Bro, Gary indoctrinated, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Dara, can you make the stream a bit louder? I'm at max volume. Yes, yes, yes. Cause Theo told me the way to fix this is like I add filters, and then not this. It would be adding gain, and then turning up the gain instead of turning up my mic. So is it better? Is it better? Blah 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 bloop blah blah bloop. Okay, cool. Where else am I live? I am live on Twitch and YouTube, and I mostly check Twitch chat more than YouTube chat. But I have it all like multi stream to one chat, so like I check them either way. Yeah, my CPU is dying right now. I need to buy a new one soon. The colors are fake. Is it my encoding shit? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to even have. Oh wait, actually, I larped. If I don't have the TikTok like thing open, it might kick me out for inactive streaming. I hate TikTok so much, bro. The stream is finally loud enough to listen to and play Valorant. All right, just because you want to multitask. Okay. Read message history. Scope bot. Okay. So it should be. Show me a list. So view channels. Um. So it wants view channels and what else? Um. Of the things it wants. Uh. The volume levels on OBS. If your mic isn't in the native 20 range, you're gonna be super quiet on any quality speaker. Um, I'm probably too late, but what's your experience with Composer 2.5? Composer 2.5 is pretty nice. I haven't like used it apart from the bench. I used it for like a couple of minor things and it was fine. I've the Composer 2.5 was actually what caused me to go down this path of especially just stating that yeah the front design skill might be limiting these models because like for example this is so buns no matter how good you are you can't do this shit properly. Comparing it with this right here the first I really like this a lot. Like this is really good like first take stuff, right? So I'm wondering if the front design skill and it forcing these like kind of variants might be the big issue on like like limiting our models necessarily. So I'm trying to experiment with other stuff. Do I have insider information on T3 Cloud? Well, I kind of miss all the portions like talk to Theo, but I'm supposed to be hanging out with them next 2 weeks from now. So we'll see. If I get any info, I won't say it because like again it's private info. But yeah, I did see the file system stuff, the file system stuff that he showed. But apart from that, I can't really speak on much stuff. Um, grill him to release file system too. I mean, he has ideas for it. I want to let him like actually like bake it first before like let it go. Um, why don't you make Icarus go into the Windows game bar, kind of like what Crosshair X does? I forgot the Windows game bar genuinely exists. Genuinely, Leo. I have that feature turned off because it used to reduce my performance. Um, wait, am I in SF? No, I'm not in SF yet. I'm gonna be in SF or after college. Is the plan. I went to SF for the GT 5.5 party, and that was pretty much it. I'm trying to get an internship next year in SF. That's one thing as well. So I'm trying to intern in SF next year, and just eventually just end goal is SF. When it's after college, 4 years. It's either I finish college or I leave college. Either one. That's literally two options. Am I going to a YC thing this summer? Summer school? No, I did not apply for that shit. I probably should have. I didn't. Maybe next year we'll see. I probably should have applied. It is what it is, bro. Duh, duh, duh. Am I gonna go to that convex event? The convex event is in SF, right? Unless you're paying for a flight to SF, I'm not gonna be able to like go and stuff. Bro, you know somebody actually bought the T3 Cloud domain for like $2,000. Like, hello? Question mark. It's in SF in October. Ooh, okay. That sounds pretty nice. How far am I from SF? I'm on the opposite side of the world. I'm in the East Coast. I'm in Maryland, so it's like a 6 hour flight almost. But yeah, that's literally 6 hour flight. Mm-hmm. Theos fan got pockets. They got pockets, bro. So just an AI for coding, bro. I've been a while. I've been loyal to GPT, bro, but I don't know. But I know I'm missing a lot. You really aren't missing too much. I think models you should keep an eye out on are Composer 2.5. Um, Claude is like a thing that exists. The thing about Claude though is that in terms of writing code, GPT 5.5 is just better than it. The one thing GPT sucks at is front end design, and Claude is absolutely amazing at that. Another thing that Claude is really good for is for conversation, being conversational. Claude is like very like conversationally like good, but in terms of like actually like writing code and stuff, it's not really that it. You're loyal to Claude personally. I mean, I wouldn't. Anthropic treats you guys like shit though. That's the one thing though. That's the really one thing. Would you ever invest in the 200 tier of any LLM? Yes. Well, currently I'm getting gifted um the $200 tier of Codex right now. Um so yeah, if I did wasn't, I'll probably invest like $20, maybe $100 sub. Um Another thing is a cursor sub as well. I have like a $60 cursor sub. I'm not paying for that either. So yeah, that's like the two ways. Duh, 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 duh. If you want an internship next summer in SF, hit me up when you're thinking about it. I've seen enough to make space for you on the team. Bet I'll definitely hit you up then. And, can you renew the Codex Oasis program sub or not? I'm assuming you can. I'm assuming you can. So yeah. What are those AI that looks like a VS Code? I just saw someone type and the AI does it all. Ooh, you do you mean these kind of apps right now? Like this kind of stuff? Like the Codex likes or whatever? Would I want to work for Amazon after grad? Not really. Uh like I don't know. Maybe my mind will change in the next like 2 or 3 years, but I really just want to build something I actually care about and really passionate about, and like just keep grinding on that and just keep like building cool shit. That's my mental. What stack do I use for mobile apps and UI library? Like on Uniwind or What If Expo. For mobile apps, I would say you should probably use something like either just do native stuff or use like Expo stuff. That said, though, I haven't experimented with doing mobile apps with React Native or like native stuff because I don't really have interest in building mobile apps anymore. The last mobile app I built was in like 2 3 years ago. It was in Flutter. That said, I'm thinking of building a mobile app again. I just had an idea that came to me today. So I will explore that once. It's really hard like building for mobile because like you have to worry about like Android, iOS jargon, and all that stuff. So yeah. Um. duh, 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 duh. Uh, yeah, bro, because I write all my code raw, and even though, but I still use GPT. Not gonna lie, but it takes so much time. Yo, Chino, hop onto the Codex app, bro. Start using the Codex app. If you have a GPT sub and you're not using the Codex app, you are throwing yourself right now. So yeah. Um, let me see. Ooh, rep the Tokyo Ghoul manga, brother. Boy, give me a second. Give me a second. I just got these. Yes, both of them. The two sets for the manga. I love Tokyo Ghoul so much. That's like it's my shit. It's my shit. I love it so much. But yeah. Oh, also, I got my Dax shirt on. So yeah. Oh, it's Tiffany from school. I just realized who I'm watching. Tiffany, you're just watching a random person. um, let's see here. Man, I hate iOS stuff. Well, is the Android CLI work yet? I need to vibe over my Medium Reaper stuff. I wasn't sure if I can copy and paste stuff. I haven't tried the Android CLI because didn't they just launch that like 2 3 4 days ago or something? I haven't looked into it. I probably will look into it pretty soon. So yeah, Dara, did you learn C yet? No, I'm still learning C++ in school, so I'm just gonna jump off the next building. Does Cursor have an OSS program? I have tried to apply for students. Sadly, in Netherlands, almost no schools in EDU domain. Cursor does not have an OSS program, but Zotos, you have enough connections to pull some strings and get something from someone in Cursor. It's like you have a high chance of doing that. So I would say just Twitter max again and try to get stuff. Oh, OpenAI dropped stuff. I was waiting for them to do that. I'm assuming it's GPT real time stuff. Yeah. What's my app? My app is Icarus, and you can download it. Uh, cool, bro. All right, let's see this. Yes, we have updates for app shots. New way to bring context of what you're working on into Codex on your Mac. On your Mac. Notice how it always says on your Mac. Like Windows is legitimately dead as a platform for dev. I'm so sorry. Nobody's building for Windows anymore. Um. So yeah. That's why I'm getting a new MacBook next month, hopefully, or in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. Uh. The, the, Thoughts on rage baiting on Stack Overflow? Personally, I find it to be a lost art. Rage baiting on Stack Overflow was the peak, but it also lets people just getting like hated on. I used to get hated on Stack Overflow, and I just stopped using it. This. My Twitter at the moment is Claude hate and Codex praise. I mean, that's the general sentiment. Like, of course, the normies on TikTok. Sorry, TikTok guys. I know I love you guys so much, but the general sentiment on TikTok is that they don't understand. They're still on the Claude hype or whatever. No, Stack Overflow in 2015 was the GOAT. Even though I wasn't using it, I know I've had questions specific enough where I had to go to like whole old Stack Overflow threads, and those were pretty fire. Um, there's multiple things. All right, let's look at this. First, on your Mac, press Command to attach your window to a codex thread. Codex gets both screenshot and text from the window, including content beyond what is visible on screen. On Mac, let's see this. Is the audio copyrighted? I don't want to. No audio for now. Let's watch this together. Actually, forget. All right. So again, I clicked the command whatever thing, and it added it to calendar. Cool. Make this anime. That's funny. Hmm. Interesting. So instead of having to screenshot manually, we just do that, right? I'm assuming. Um, they made goal not beta anymore. Nice. Hopefully they fix the bugs with it because I currently have a goal that I'm working on. Um, my good close personal friend Codex. Yeah, Codex has low key been the go. I've been using it for almost everything. From experiment for nice. So goal mode is now no longer. Um, yep. Sounds about right. Faster, faster. Advanced annotation mode. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on. Wait. Okay. So, oh, you can tune those values. Your Claude design is fucking cooked, by the way. This is what Claude design was supposed to be, genuinely. Except, like, of course, Codex sucks at design. So, until they fix that bullshit, it's not getting any better. But this way of interacting with stuff is really cool. Uh, yeah. See, like Codex is the go. I like Zotos. I can't exceed 95% usage as well. Like it's really hard for me. I'm thinking of adding Macintosh as dual boot on my PC because everything's on Mac apparently. I don't even know if that's possible anymore. Hackintoshes are getting phased out, no, because like they're dropping Rosetta support. Duh, duh, duh. I've done 20% maximum weekly, but Tebow rate resets limits. Yeah, also the rate resets happen like every week, bro. It's just like crazy. Um, the I'm fucking Valorant. I'm so done with Jets cheating. Damn, get better aim, bro. But let's see this. Um, Border radius. I mean, this makes sense. This is nice stuff right here. Share plugins across teams. Nice. Uh, so that's it. I mean, that's pretty sick. Cool. Nothing more. Nothing. Nothing more. Nothing more. Nothing less. Honestly. I can't get better aim. Lol, just judging this game. Yes, you can, bro. Hop on aim labs. Um, he's definitely smurfing. Bro, I spent four. We spent 2K credits with multiple tasks. I can't even do it. Then people complain I don't have enough usage. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Zortos. Thank you. People talking about running out of usage. I'm like, what in the nine realms are you building? It's either you're building the entire world or you're building nothing. I don't understand. What could you possibly be doing that makes you run out of usage? And then whenever you ask them, they show you nothing. What do you mean? Dara, what about the new Witch added a dev update? I am currently working on it in the background. In terms of like, first of all, I want to. Did I make changes in main yet? They are not in main yet. That's really annoying. I have them on my MacBook, maybe I don't know, but I was experimenting with the layout a little bit. As you can see, I've added like archived models. So if a model is like the version is not like the same, it gets like taken down. That said, though, for like stuff like Composer 2 and Composer 2.5, because like this model just launched, I want to leave the old one out here. I'm probably gonna add a tag saying like leaving soon or whatever, and it's gonna be archived. But that's like the idea about that. And I'm also gonna change this row to be 4 rows instead, so like we can keep the same layout. Cause I think there's power in this like easy layout, and trying to condense more information into it, and also like making the sections much more organized. It's like, why is the design skill here, and then you added SHS here. So like just like fixing that portion, that should be fine enough. Um, yeah, if you still have the 10x limits, we got from the 5 party setup, and then I think it's basically impossible to use up. I have like 30 agents running in parallel all day yesterday, and I use up like 5% of codex limits, like are just impossible. Yeah. uh, we should do something like models.dev. They have a cool way to render lots of data. Ben has his own version of models.dev. Ben Davis models.dev. Where's Ben? Did Ben publish this? Uh, he's shown it on stream to me, and I just don't remember like where the link is for this. I'll figure it out. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, it's done. Oh, nice. All right, guys. Big reveal. I don't have any the words. I don't have any words, bro. The words did not come out of my okay. 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 Now, counterpoint to this point, I did use GPT 5.5 on low reasoning, which sucks at creative tasks. That said, though, this is a good tweet. This is GPT 5.5. I think there's a funnier thing we can do here, but I'm a bit duh, duh, duh. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, you didn't even see the feet, but you were happy though. Let's see this. There's nothing. Oh, let's see if I likes feet more. Uh, no, I think this is better. Actually, design something good. Ooh, tag Sam. um, let's see. Ooh, wait. That's like Zordos. You cooked. You cooked. You cooked. I think this is it. You're spending a time of our life making GPT 5.5 feet jokes. Yes. All right, let's actually do a good run at this because that's pissing me off. Um, cool. Can you make another one for uh another Next.js project clone for GPT 5.5 high with the same skill installed as well? Uh, duh, 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 duh. Cool. Um, this should be fine as well. We'll just wait for this to go through, and then life is peak. Mm, 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 mm. Insane refresh pull. The All right, wait. Let's look at. Oh yeah, let me unblock Codex. I told it that it could do this now. Cool. Um. I unblocked. I added the API. Oh wait, I wanted to. Ooh, let's pause this for a second. Um. View channels and read message history. So which one of it is it in that freaking list of the image that I told you? Why are you not answering my question? Sorry, I got slightly pissed. Cool. Is 6.7 gonna like make tongue sahur? Tongue sahur? Why am I building a Discord bot now? Oh, I'm building a Discord bot because I want a. I got Nerd Snipe by Jason's article. Let's see, Jason Liu. Where's Jason? Did he change his Cool. Uh, I got Nerdset by Jason's like Codex maxing article about like building automations with Codex and having it connect to a bunch of stuff in your life. And what I would really want is a like Discord bot that just like a way for Codex to see my Discord channel and have like all of the info and all like any new chats that like users asked or any requests that I might have missed, and then be able to brief me on that like every morning, right? And for that, we need a Discord bot that's able to like take all that data and also allow the agent to access through an MCP. So what I'm doing is I'm building a Discord bot to allow that to happen. So yeah, but it's more than summarizing this chat though. Like we have like Discord forums and all that stuff with text and images going down and stuff. I used it with OpenClaw, but it wasn't that great. Nah. Oh, bro, try using higher. I don't know. I get a better result. Okay. Yeah. No, no. Leon caught the lives. Leon caught the lives. Leon caught it. Yeah. Oh, anyways, Leo, the reason why I'm building this Discord bot is because I want to have a way for agents to be able to query the information from my Discord via like MCP or Tool or whatever, and have the chat information, have like a memory of the entire chat. Because I got nerdsight by Jason's article about handling codex automations in your life and stuff, and I was thinking like, yeah, this would be like a top one automation that I'd probably need like every single day, because I think about like that all the time, and I'm trying to analyze like which ones, what features do people want first, and all that stuff. So yeah. You generally should do that. You should definitely just should do that. Like just like go ahead and just like run a goal. You can just run goals. You can just run goals. Like genuinely. Damn, bro's getting ripped. Da, da, da. Let me lock back in when I was in again. Ooh, yeah, I'm trying to rerun this. Um cool. Um um let's see. Cool. Question mark. I should be able to create a new project here. The project picker for T3 code is so like good. Like the Codex app like actively needs this, by the way. 5.5 high. Sure. Enter, and then I'm literally gonna dump the same prompt I did here. Hopefully it should be faster this time. I'm probably gonna do extra high reasoning. And that sounds about right for what we're doing here. Dun, 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 dun. Extra high. Let that rip. That should be fine. By the way, how's the lock-in going? Did you start going to the gym already? Yes, I did. I've been going to the gym consistently for about 2 weeks now. My diet though has been like wavering. I've been like eating cake here and now and like ice cream and stuff, but overall it's pretty good. We'll lock in a lot more once I get to my internship, because then I'm not tempted because I'm just like living alone and I have to make my own food, so life will be easier at that point. Uh, d- 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 on Medium even? Huh. Okay. Uh, I just started a diet for a clean bulk. Nice. Uh, it's confirmed. Yes. The goal is available. Oh, yay! Now it's available in the app. Um. Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's cool. I was like, oh yeah, I need to generate an invite link for this Discord bot. DM. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna give it all the read permissions, bro. Um. Like that's enough. I think I don't really care that much. Um. Sure, bro. I guess. Dun 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 dun. Oh, this is for a different. Oh, oh, oh. This is the wrong link. Oh my god, this is for OAuth. I'm a dumbass. Okay, I'll do that later. Need the bot permission, bro. Just do one click only bot. Oh, yeah. No, what happened was that I have two different like I had a bot named Icarus and I thought it was for something. I used it for OAuth for something else. So I'm gonna have to like do this somewhere else. Give me a second. Oh, let me send this prompt. Did I not send this? Say swear I didn't. I guess I didn't. It's genuinely refusing to send the prompt. That's not good. Okay, I guess that's a situation that happens. When's my start date? My start date is June 1st. That's my start date. Do you still use Codex as a half tutor when you work on Icarus? I'm using tutor system prompt to learn. Yes and no because I kind of know how the things I want to add will be implemented more often than not. And if I don't know, what I tell it to do is that I tell it to figure out a way to do it and write up a plan, and then I read the plan, and then I learn how to do that through that, and that's how I go about like doing stuff that I don't know how to do. But if I don't know how to do it, I just like go do that exact thing. Did Ben manage to pie pill you? You Ben will never pie pill me. That's sorry. You can put this on record. Put this on record. Ben will never pie pill me just because of the fact that I'm not the type of person to spend a lot of time customizing like my harness to be the best um like thing ever necessarily. Like I like features like gold mode. Like I can't not have gold mode. I cannot be like on the bleeding edge of any like features that they drop necessarily. So yeah. Uh, the, but I do understand why pie is a thing. Like I'm not saying that pie is like inherently buns, right? But it's like Neovim. It's exactly like the entire Neovim stuff. So it's like, okay, do I want to gain extra functionality for like losing the kind of things you just get, like the defaults you expect? Yeah. That's cool. I feel like it's been speeding up my learning hella. It speeds up learning heavily. Um, I don't know if it's replacing any critical thinking. I don't think so, particularly because the critical thinking or the critical thoughts you might have thought were not important. Not to say like they were not like, but like they don't matter anymore, because the actual important stuff they will always surface towards you, right? But like stuff like, for example, like should I connect to the system? Should I not? Usually that comes out within the phrase you're saying, right? The All right, cool. This should be fine. What am I working on again? I'm trying to get Discord bot to work. That's like the best thing ever. That's one of the top 10 things ever. It's kind of hard to explain it like, you know what I mean? Like the let me reset my codex as well. That'd probably help. Um, the Trello board is beyond cooked. Yeah, I moved from the Trello board to the feedback form. What is high priority on Icarus right now? Um, I'm thinking. Give me a second. This is done. I did this. Done. This is done. Um, custom ability icons. Um, I don't plan on like working on this too much. Settings should be saved. Settings are saved now, so I've fixed the entire like settings debacle right now, so that's done. Um, a lot of people want Dara. I want to try one of my commands, but it burns your usage like crazy. Yeah, what is it? Uh, change text size and color. People have been asking for this, but I don't know how I want to implement this. I feel like adding this will add a lot of UI bloat that I don't want and a lot of needed complexity for what we want to do. No, there's no way you're imagining on feedback or Discord. Yes, I am, but because that's because like all of my users are like freaking Valorant nerds. They don't like they won't use any other site apart from Discord. um, let's see here. Uh, you know what is a feature that is quote unquote high priority is I'm thinking. Sorry. Let's see. What was it again? I forgot. I already did this already. What was it called again? I forgot. People ask for this quite a bit. Oh yeah. Oh, essentially, but this kind of requires a lot of built deep knowledge. But I'm probably one of the only people that can do this one. But I do have a working implementation I can probably share with you. It's essentially path finding for the characters. So let me see if I can open this on Discord. So if you, for example, let's say you have a character and you animate them from these two pages, from here to here, right? So right now, what happens is that they go through the wall, right, for those positions. What would happen? What the feature that they want me to add is that it would essentially do A star pathing through this like wall, knowing the boundaries, and get the character to that point in the same amount of time. I have a working implementation of like finding the boundaries of the maps and stuff, but I got distracted and I haven't been able to go back and work on that explicitly. And that's kind of like the states of stuff there. The command is called Swarm Max, and I can use up to 4K sub agents to do crazy big tasks. Holy shit, bro. Leo, you're doing. The question I always see was like, why? It's cool shit, but like, is it like, has it been like a game changer? Mm. Yeah, not gonna lie, I definitely do not have this shit. Um, that said, though, you could like just scour through the feedback and ideas and see some things that I have missed. Another thing that I might have missed is people want to be able to organize. Oh, this is a good one. People want to be able to like pin strats. So like when they have a lot of strats here in this section, they want to have the ability to pin a strat and like have it like be so they can reorganize them separately from the already like assorted ones at the bottom. That's a good one to include. Yeah, that sounds hella doable. Should be. You should. All you have to do realistically is just to split, well, visually. Not don't let them know, but like you. Like, let me draw on the screen. So instead of having everything in one massive like grid view, you split the grid view into two. One, so one is the normal like organized like grid view, and the other one is the one for like pin stuff. And then you have the reorderable jargon and priority, blah blah blah. And then yeah, that should be how it works. And then of course, don't forget to make sure that that works in folders as well. But the way folders are implemented are shouldn't be too hard. They're essentially just like fake folders where like they only store the list of children, all that stuff, or like the I think the no, I think the strategies store which folder they're in or something like that. One of the way, but it's just like string references, so it should be fine. Duh, 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 duh. 11 p.m. in bed. Duh, duh, duh. I'm lucky gotta eat soon, so I'm gonna head out. But I'll be live tomorrow. Will I? Probably like Saturday, most likely. Saturday is probably gonna be the next time I'm gonna be live. So yeah, has my workout plan been treating you nice? Yes, I've been using it over the past like couple of weeks. I low key don't have a gym ever since I got home, so I'm kind of cooked for the next like 10 days. But at my apartment in Seattle, I do have a gym, so I'm gonna get back onto that. I'm gonna try to go to the rec gym to see if I can get some hours in. But probably gonna start like tomorrow, or the day before. We'll see. Mm-mm. I'm changing programs, bro. Computer science has pulverized me. Damn. What happened? Twinsky. Who is this? Um, GitHub tweaking. I can't find my reposts anymore, even though they exist. Oh hell nah. I can't anymore. These papers on paper exams I've been studying for 6 hours a month and failed. Damn. Holy shit. Also, what people building to be running more than 2 agents in parallel? I have zero idea. I think the max I've ever done is 3 agents in parallel. Anything more than that, you're throwing. Genuinely. Yeah, this is just rage bait content. I instantly like tweets just in general when I'm scrolling through them, but like, this is just like rage bait content. I'm not sure if I should even be interacting with these. Like, usually when this kind of people, you just kind of like shut up and don't even look at that. Uh, you even search your profile. I tried forking T3 code to verify. It's called Beppo. It already exists, but it didn't show up for me and my repos. You should make a post about this, Leo. People are crying Claude fanboys, yeah. And it's also like there's also like what is it called, bro? Like AI psychosis where like they don't even know when how do I say this? They can't they're just doing stuff off of vibes, right? And everybody knows that humans are not an accurate measurement entirely, right? And that's the problem. Duh, duh, duh. Well, this would be nice. Duh, duh. Mm, mm, mm. The new Gemini model is so bad. Um, it is really bad. I need to bench it for UI probably like after I eat today. I'll like bench it and probably post results again. Ooh, Twitter maxing. But yeah, is the Twitter blue checkmark optimal? I'm trying to lock in. Yes, you should have a blue checkmark. It's like my blue checkmark has paid for itself more. Like right now, at the state my blue checkmark is, I would have to have a blue checkmark and gain nothing from it for the next 3 years for it to like for me to run out of budget essentially. Like so yeah. Um, just remember, I don't think I saw any of your streams since I tried it. If you remember Goggins MD thing, I performed horribly. Oh shit! It would just circumvent rules, remove tests instead of fixing this shit. So it made it much worse. Damn. Okay. So maybe you can't gaslight the AI into like doing anything. Um, I saw your post. You visited Sam Altman. Yeah, I was invited to the GPT 5.5 party. It was pretty fun. I didn't talk to Sam at all. The most I said to him was like, "Yo, can I take a photo?" And that's pretty much it. The LARPs on LinkedIn though are going crazy. Uh, bro, you have 100x my followers though. That's why I've been hesitant, bro. Just do it, bro. You know how much followers I had on Twitter like 3 months ago? Like 100. I was a nobody on Twitter, right? So like you don't know what happens in like 2 months, 3 months. So like go ahead, buy it, shit post, tweet, just get it out. And yeah, yeah, Zortus had like 150 and how he had 500. Like his GitHub repo like blew up overnight as well, right? So it's like just things just happen, bro. Things happen. It's one jackpot and you're done. Did Being on Theo stream blow you up? I thought you've been like this on a while. Yeah, Theo stream literally netted me like 600 subs, like genuinely, like on Twitter, like crazy work. Um, so yeah. Um, one day Theo will mention me and I'll blow up. But Theo, you got it, bro. You got like so much time and to build something cool. And you're already building really cool things. So all it takes is one thing. All of my followers are from chatting and streams. I barely stream. Yeah, like it's like connections are really really important, and Twitter is like where it's at. LinkedIn is like LARP haven, bro. Everyone is trying to flex their stats, and nobody really cares that much about like the actual person on the other side of the screen. So what am I doing right now? I'm just chilling on Vibecoin. I'm just chilling right now. I was like working on a couple projects in the back, but like Codex kind of broke. I guess because I need to update it. So I want to restart my computer. So I'm just gonna use that time to go eat and like end stream and stuff. But yeah. Duh, 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 duh. People worry about X followers too much. I know some crazy crack people that have like 50 followers and tweet about the coolest shit. Just follow those people and interact with them, and you meet 5 people. Yeah, that's literally it. It's like finding those like little nuggets. Like, can you believe that like Shiv only has like how many followers does Shiv has? Yeah, Shiv only has 700 followers. Like that is not like that does not equate to actually like doing things. Right? So there's people who are absolutely cracked that just don't like shit post on Twitter. Genuinely. Right? So your mentor told you to take your Caprati post down. Did you make one? Let me see this. Theory B. Uh no. Where's this at? The I couldn't find it. The HUDs only care about big followers. Son, we're not praising 50. That is true. Mm, 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 mm. Yo, which account do you use? Check replies. Oh, replies. Dun, 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 dun. Where is this at? Yo, what's going on, bro? Yo, what? What's the first image right here, bro? Anyways, um, carpet thing happened. Uh, I missed it. Okay, this. Don't take it down. I'm gonna be genuine. I'm gonna be genuine. Nobody gives a fuck about LinkedIn. As long as you're not saying anything offensive against anybody, go troll. I post about Tuntutu horror. Like who cares? Genuinely, LinkedIn is never and never will be a serious platform. On some real shit. Cause like sure you can post you like getting like an internship or whatever, but everybody has done that, right? You gotta have something novel. You gotta like have some spice to your life, right? If you keep posting the same BS again and again and again, like it's not really computing. So yeah. Like some people won't get it. Some people won't get it. And that's something you just have to agree. Some people genuinely won't get it. And that's just the truth. Look, I have my LinkedIn right now. I have how many connections? people trying to connect with me, like LinkedIn does not genuinely doesn't matter, right? And all I do is shit post. All I do is shit post. That's why I'm saying that the actual important thing is like having a personality and showing your personality like within your person, right? Like that's funny enough to say, but like if you read my LinkedIn post, you can tell what kind of person I am, right? If all I can tell is that yo, you're cracked, you have this many things and this many things, and another thing, the way I kind of do my LinkedIn like quote unquote tweets is that you can put your achievements there, but kind of like use the clickbait as a segue. Like I treat LinkedIn like YouTube. Like this is a YouTube title right here, and this is a thumbnail. Like I'm treating this shit like YouTube right here. Like I'm gonna announce I'm switching up all my day ones. Like all of this are like treat like you're clickbaiting them and getting them in, right? All right, I'm gonna see you. Yeah, go study. But that's like the general idea about stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna head out because I have to go eat as well. So yeah, I'll be shit posting for the rest of the day today as well because I literally have nothing to do. But yeah, was that talking to you guys? Stream on Saturday, I think. If not Friday, Saturday, because I'm hanging out with my friends again tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, guys. Toodles. Bye.